Hi, everybody. I have to pop up real quick and turn off an alarm. Hang on a second. I'm so dedicated to my good health that I set alarms to take my vitamins. Don't ever want to forget them. And in my busy day, that's apt to happen. So I apologize that I had that alarm go off just as I was going live. But you know, that's life. I don't have a production crew. I don't have a cameraman. I'm in my living room doing this all by my lonesome. So please forgive any little snafus that come down the line. Hi, Alicia. So glad you are here. So as we are waiting for other people to pop on, I've got a question for you guys. What is your favorite way to ground? To get grounded and centered? What's your favorite method for doing that? Just jot it in the comments and let me know what's going on there. There's so many. I mean, I have heard of some really original, unique ways that people ground themselves. And I want to know what your favorite way is. Talk to me. Tell me what it is. I'm sipping some tea. And I'm going to tell you a little story also while you're telling me what your favorite grounding method is. Between the Messages of Hope broadcast from this morning and this broadcast, Take My Dog Walking, we've got a new layer of snow out there. But yesterday when we were walking the streets and the sidewalks were pretty clear, and I felt very safe not having my yak tracks on, and you know, I was just walking just fine. But today, this morning when I took them out, it was pretty good too. But just now when I took them out, I fell, and I fell hard. I mean, saw stars. I fell really, really hard. And so if every now and then you hear me go, oh, or I try to reposition myself, it's because I'm really, really hurting. I'm sitting on the most painful part of my body right now, and I'm gonna make it. It's not gonna detract me or anything, but I just want to let you guys know your girl's in pain right now. So it'll be fine. Afterwards, I'm gonna get on the biomat and I'll be cool. Your roots. So Alicia, are these roots coming from like your feet, your toes, the base, the bottom of your back, the base of your spine? Hey, Carrie, glad to see you back, honey. I'm asking the question, what's your favorite grounding method? How do you ground? Now, Alicia, I have to ask you, when you do that grounding method, do you feel really secure? Does it really, has it been effective for you? Or do you see that unless you're constantly aware of it, that it kind of goes away? Tell me what you think about that. You feel stabilized? Awesome. That's what grounding is all about, stabilization. Especially when you're going to go off and do energy work or meditate or, you know, that kind of stuff. You want to be very secure and stable so you're not. Oh, awesome, Alicia. Awesome. I am glad to hear that, girl. I'm going to teach you a different way, and we're going to practice it today. And then I want you to tell me how it compares, okay? How it feels in your body, how stable it feels, because this grounding and everything that I'm going to talk about today is more about protection, energy protection. So we're going to talk more about that as we go along. That's my cat. You're going to hear all that kind of stuff. It can't be avoided. I have 2 cats and a dog, and they're quite active. Anywho, so thank you for that input. Can't have too many tools. Ain't that the truth, though? All right, you guys. Well, let's just get started. First of all, I just want to welcome you. Thank you so much for attending this tutorial. The notes that I wrote about this tutorial will be added to the description of the video after stop the live feed. Reading Carrie. That's a good double teaming there. Grounding and surrounding with protection. Always, always, always. And that too is a very good method. I too ground from my feet. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. However, when it comes to doing like some major work or needing some major protection, I do it a different way. And I'll tell you why. So first of all, I want to talk about grounding because it is the first avenue to, I'm curious what my cat's doing. I'm not going to turn around. I'm not. It is the first step to surrounding yourself with protection. Now, this topic came up because a week or so ago on the Y.E.S group page, we had a conversation about how our energy is projected out. We are broadcasters. We are broadcasters. We are receivers as well, okay? But we are also broadcasting. We are broadcasting whatever you want to call it, our aura, our subtle energy bodies, our vibration, whatever you want to call this that comes from our physical form, okay? We are broadcasting it. Our vibrations are affected by not only our thoughts and feelings, but also illnesses. You know, if you're sick, you know you're not fully on your game. You know that you have to make an extra effort to, you know, to get yourself together. Well, people pick up on that. You don't have to say a word. You have an argument with your spouse on the way to work. By the time you get to work, everybody knows. You don't have to say a word because everybody's like, oh, she's pissed off. You know, if you're sick, everybody knows. If you're depressed, everybody knows. Even if they don't know it consciously, they're picking up on it. It affects how they talk to you, how they treat you, how willing they are to listen to you and interact with you, all of that. Okay? So that's why it's important to contain your emotions and your vibrations and know what to do with them, how to ground them, how to put up protection so that you're not affecting anybody else. And this wall of protection I'm about to teach you later in this video also protects you. It also protects you. So that's why we're talking about all this today, okay? Now, I want you to think about chakras for a minute. Our body is full of chakras. We talk about the major 7, root to crown, because they correlate to major aspects of our life that we have to look at on a daily basis and assess whether or not our chakras need attunement, okay? So those 7 chakras are anchored, all right, by other chakras that are outside of our body, And I'm going to talk about the soul star chakra at a different time. But today we're going to talk about the earth star chakra, which sits, if you're standing up, is about 12 inches below your feet, okay? That's the earth star chakra. It is always black. It does not mean that it's negative or evil, or I want you to just let go of all of those kind of concepts. Black is black, okay? What this star chakra is a liaison for your lower chakras. That would be your 3rd, 2nd, and 1st chakras, and the earth. It connects. It's like a bridge. It's a liaison. It brings up earth energy and feeds it to your body through your heart line, which connects all of your chakras, okay? So you got this earth star chakra sitting below your feet, and it is supporting your physical form and your ego self. And if you ground to it, it will support you even more. What you will be doing is grounding to earth energy instead of to the earth itself. It's a whole different kind of feeling. It's the difference between, no, it's not a good analogy. It's a different feeling. And I want you to experience it. So we're going to do it right now. You could be standing, you could be sitting, it doesn't matter. Okay. If you are sitting, imagine that earth star energy, that earth star chakra is below your chair into the ground 12 inches. Okay. Let's talk about a dantian. Dantian is a Chinese phrase for life force or chi. Okay, you have life force or chi in your abdomen. It is located about an inch below your belly button and 2 inches into your belly. I want you to just pause here for a minute and locate your dantian. Just imagine it an inch below your belly button, 2 inches deep into your belly. It is a ball about the size of an orange or grapefruit, and it looks very much like the sun, which looks very much like the core of the earth. It moves, it rotates and swirls, it's got life. It should be the same color. If you've seen science shows on TV, I'm sure you've seen the core of the earth and what it looks like. It looks like that. It's movement. It's moving. It's twirling. It's a life force. It can't be stagnant. Life moves. So when you think about your dantian, just try to take your awareness there and just feel it and see it and just recognize it. Okay? That is your dantian, your chi. Now, when you ground yourself to your Earth Star chakra from your life force, you are creating a direct connection to everything that you need in that moment, including protection, including groundedness, okay? And so we're going to do a little brief exercise right here where you are going to ground from this dantian into the Earth Star chakra, all right? So just close your eyes and just breathe normally. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, imagine that a thin thread, golden thread of your dantian energy is trickling down through your second chakra, through your first chakra, and into the earth, all the way to the Earth Star chakra. A black ball that sits 12 inches below you into the earth. With your exhalation, let that dantian golden cord just drop through. Just a golden cord that drops through the other chakras and right to the Earth Star. Attach it. Attach it right there. And sit with that. How does that feel in your body now? How does your body feel? Does it feel heavier? Do you feel sluggish, like you can't hardly lift your arms? Do you feel stable, like if you tried to rock your body? Do you feel where that cord is holding you tight? Do you feel any energy rising up from your Earth Star chakra into your dantian? this method of grounding engages your energy fields and not just your physicality. More resilient, yes. Yes, more resilient. This is a good way of flushing negativity and receiving positive earth energy is through this Dantian cord. So yes, definitely energized. Awesome. Because that earth star energy contains everything, including what is physically present in the earth, but it's on an energetic level, okay, instead of a material or physical level. So awesome. So this is how you ground from your Dantian. And I would invite you to practice this anytime that you consider grounding yourself, okay? And see if it changes your the experiences that follow. For instance, if you are doing energy work, how does that change the way that you perform that energy work? Is it make it better and stronger and realer for you? So that is tip number one for grounding purposes, is to ground from your Dantian into the earth star instead of the earth itself, okay? Now, we're going to take it a few steps further. Sometimes we are in situations where grounding really isn't enough, or we have to kind of like always check in to make sure that grounding is still there, that that we're still grounded. Sometimes, especially if you're new to energy work, somebody else's energy can come in and literally sweep yours away, okay? Somebody who's more adept and stronger and whatever. It's not a competition, folks. It's a matter of practice, 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 so that you can make it stronger. And I'm just going to segue out here right now to tell you that the energy protection tool that I'm about to teach you is going to require practice. There's two things you're going to want to do with that. You're going to want to learn how to do it instantaneously, so you don't have to meditate, ground, do all the work. And I mean, that could take forever. And in some instances, you need to be protected, grounded, and protected right away. So you're going to need to practice doing it faster, so it can become instantaneous to you. And I have found through my own experiences that if you attach a word or a phrase to the practice, when a time comes when you need to be grounded and protected instantaneously, all you have to do is say that word or say that phrase, and boom, you're there that fast. This is crucial to the process of energy protection. And I'm not just talking about your protecting your physicality, but I'm talking about protecting yourself from outside influences, whether they be from other people, entities, orbs, anything, creepy feelings in your house, anything that you feel like, oh boy, I'm going to need some protection here. I'm going to need to be grounded. I'm going to need some additional strength from the earth. All of that, you can have it in an instant if you apply this technique with a word or a phrase, okay? I'm not going to tell you mine. I'm not going to tell you, because as in anything magical, if you come up with it yourself, if you're inspired yourself and you create it, then it's even more powerful. And I would suggest that you don't tell people what this phrase is, and don't give them the key. Don't lock the door and then give them the key. Okay, just keep that phrase to yourself. All right, so we all have our favorite little form of protection. Some people put a bubble around them. Some people flood their space with love and light, and all of that is beautiful. I'm not even gonna kid you. That's cat number 2. However, there are, for me, in my opinion, bubbles and little orbs of light around you and stuff. Those are kind of like soft protections. That's like the difference between your piggy bank and Fort Knox. It's just a lighter, gentler protection that you would want to use if you're around somebody who's sick or depressed, if you're around a loved one who's going through some very sad and traumatic times. As much as you want to be with them, and I suggest that you are with them compassionately, you're going to want to protect yourself, okay? You also want to use it for your loved one, or to protect yourself when you're with a loved one who is just mad at you, just angry, angry, angry. Because if you haven't noticed by now, when you're interacting with somebody who's angry with you, if you are not grounded and protected, you kind of get sucked into that. But when you're grounded and protected, you're kind of like the observer, and you can see things differently and respond ethically and compassionately, okay? So that's what those kind of protections are for, all these bubbles and light and all of that. They're hard to maintain throughout a day. You have to constantly reinforce them, all right? But they really are just soft little protections for short-term, short-acting situations, all right? That's what that's for. Now, when you are about to go and like give a presentation in front of a room full of people, or you have to go have a really tough meeting with your boss, or you are about to walk into an environment that you know is going to be hostile, or any of that kind of stuff, you're going to be walking down a dark and lonely street and you can't avoid it. That kind of stuff, you need some extra duty protection, and we're going to talk about that. And this situation, this protection I'm going to talk about also contains your energy. It shields others from your energy. You can have any kind of pissy ass day that you want, as long as you stay in your protection, so that you're not broadcasting that to everybody else. Because as I spoke about earlier, it's going to affect everybody around you. So not only are you protecting yourself from others, you're protecting others from you, okay? Two sides of the coin. That's why it's super important to learn how to do it instantaneously, all right? So we're going to talk about the golden pyramid. Now, I first learned about this from a light worker instructor. Her name is Wendy Williams. She taught it at in Beaverton, Oregon, years and years and years ago. I have since then included a few little bits and pieces for my own practice, and I'm going to share them with you today, okay? But I initially got this from Wendy. Now, I'm not talking about the Wendy Williams that's on TV. This is a different one. So the golden pyramid, now if you look at a pyramid shape, ooh, I'm going to lean over hand. I just happen to have a pyramid. Typically when we look at a pyramid, we're looking at a triangle, but let us not forget that a pyramid has 4 sides. Four sides. Now, it's not a mistake that these pyramids in Egypt and in South America and all over the world have lasted millennia. I mean, eons upon thousands of years. These structures last forever, okay? It's not a mistake. It's not a little coincidence. This is sacred geometry. This is sacred, oh, I got a price tag on it still. This is sacred geometry, okay? And it's a very, very strong structure. And the reason we use the color gold with it is because gold is very, very high vibrating, and it attracts positive entities. Call them angels, call them your spirit team, call them whatever you want, but those entities will come flooding to you when you're surrounded by gold, okay? So we use a golden pyramid for this exercise. So I want you to just sit back in a very relaxed state. Please don't lay down because you may sleep. And just go ahead and make sure that your Dantian is grounded to your Earth Star. Just check in with it. It shouldn't have changed in this short amount of time, but let's just check, okay? Now, from your perspective where you are sitting, I want you to build a pyramid. That pyramid has to extend out so that it clears your knees. It has to clear your shoulders. It doesn't have to be ginormous. In fact, the more compact it is, the better. This is just for you. Golden pyramid that covers your shoulders, your knees, your toes. Don't make sure your toes are included in that. And then make sure that that pyramid sinks below you and below your Earth Star chakra that you're connected to. Just let it sink right into the earth and put a floor on it. It has to have a floor, like this pyramid. Those pyramids in the desert, they're not sitting on sand. They've got a floor. They've got floors, okay? Put a floor in yours. Now, this pyramid, it should already be up. You should be able to just visualize yourself inside this pyramid. You're all contained now. Now I want you to imagine the walls are pure gold, not just the color gold. Imagine that somebody has tipped a pot of molten gold, and it's dripping all down the walls. It's flowing down the walls, covering every crack and crevice of your pyramid. It is just totally encased on the inside of your pyramid with gold. You're sitting now inside of a golden pyramid. Good morning, Sherry. So glad that you are here, honey. You might have to listen to some of this in playback. But right now, we're building our golden pyramid. It clears our toes, our knees, our shoulders. It's sunken into the ground below your Earth Star. It has a floor, and it has golden walls on the inside. Now just take a moment and just have an awareness of how you feel inside this golden pyramid. Do you feel secure? Do you feel cozy? Do you feel joyous? Gold always makes me feel joyous. So do you feel that? What are your feelings in this experience? Do you feel secure is the real question. Do you feel like anybody can break through? No, you should not be feeling that. You should feel very bunkered in, very solid in your golden pyramid. Now we're not done. On the outside of your golden pyramid, you're gonna put up a fence of violet light, violet flames. Just like fire, but it's the color of violet, okay? The violet flame is the flame of transformation. So any energy that is coming at you gets transformed. It just becomes something else. Negative into positive or into the void. It just burns up in this violet flame. It should never even get to your pyramid. Okay? It just burns up. But here you are sitting inside this golden pyramid with this fence of violet flame around you. Nothing can penetrate it. Nothing can penetrate out into the universe. Nothing can penetrate inward. This pyramid is so secure, so locked down, so hermetically sealed, okay, that you can do anything in this pyramid and you would not be affecting anybody else. This is all your energy. All your energies in this pyramid as you are connected to the Earth Star Chakra, which is constantly nourishing you, supporting you, upholding you, keeping you centered with your intention of not negatively impacting the world around you as you go through your very, very human experiences. And I want you to really don't admonish yourself for needing this pyramid. We are human beings, and we are going to be having human being experiences and thoughts and feelings, okay? That's okay. That is okay. This is just a technique to contain it so we're not influencing other people with it. And we are not being influenced by them. When we are at our lowest energy, being sick, depressed, just out of sorts, you know? Moon is in the wrong phase. Just anything could be happening. Mercury's in retrograde. All of that kind of stuff can be shielded from us, okay? And we can be shielded from it. So that is the golden pyramid. And if you have done this experience, if you have experienced this as I have been talking about it, I would love to hear how you feel. How do you feel in your golden pyramid with your fence of violet flame around you? I feel untouchable when I do this. I feel untouchable, like nothing can influence me. I'm finally alone with my stuff. How do you guys feel? Awesome. Calm. Yes, that's me too. That was the first thing I noticed when I was first started practicing this technique, is that I just got this inward calmness that just came over me. I'm just like, oh, it's like I can breathe again. I can, yes, calm. I just felt calm. I agree. Comforted? Yes, comforted. Absolutely. Because when you flood those walls with that gold, it attracts all of your good entities that will rush in and help you. There are a couple of things that that attract higher vibrating entities: gold and water. Water. Okay, that's why you feel so dang good around water. All right. And if you want to internalize those good feelings, drink more water. All right. It increases the oxygen and everything. And light beings love water. They love water and they love gold. That's my tip for you for attracting light beings. So you guys, do you understand, and do you think that this would be a great way of grounding and protecting yourself from unwanted influences and from projecting unwanted influences? Because remember, If you're in your pyramid, you also cannot influence your coworkers, your family, your, you know, it becomes different. And their interactions with you will become different. And they will be more life affirming instead of bickering. Awesome. Awesome, Alicia. And if you could just, mention on a post in our group or on my Your Essential Spirit Quest page how that has been working for you, I greatly appreciate it. And I want to go back and reiterate that this the whole technique can be done in an instant once you apply a word and a phrase to it and practice putting it up in an instant instead of going, okay, now I'm going to ground myself. Okay, now I'm going to put up my walls. Okay, do it faster, 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 faster. And every time you do it, recite that word or that phrase that you want to attach to it. So when you're out in the world and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I need that golden pyramid, you don't have to say, wait a minute, I got to do a little meditation and I'll be right back. No, in your head, you're going to say your word or your phrase and boom, your golden pyramid is going to be up. Your violet flames will be activated. You'll be good to go. And you will notice and feel the difference in your body. And things will go a lot smoother, lots smoother. This is how we can be responsible to each other for our own thoughts and feelings and the energy that they create as we project it out into the world. This is how we can bring it all back and be responsible for our own stuff, okay? You don't have to make a big production of it. You don't have to go around and tell people, I'm in the golden pyramid, just to let you know. Let this be an internal process just for you. And again, I caution that you do not share your word or your phrase with anybody. This is for you. This is just for you, okay? Do you guys have any questions or comments about the golden pyramid or grounding from your Dantian? Do you have anything you'd like to add to that? I'm going to add a couple more tips then to this, okay? Other ways that you can ground and protect yourself, of course, with crystals. Some of my top favorites that will take care of both grounding and protecting is going to be your black obsidian, your black tourmaline, and smoky quartz. Those are my top three. You can wear them, put them in your environment. You can make crystal elixirs from them, not the black tourmaline unless it's polished. Then another tip is going to be avoidance. Listen, if you know that this person is a shit pot stirrer, a drama queen, somebody who just likes to get people up in turmoil, avoid them. If you can, just move on, okay? Don't engage. I have a phrase that I use to help remind me on whether or not I want to engage with somebody or not, and that is don't feed the trolls. Do not feed the trolls. When they want to come at you, just step back. You do not have to engage with them. Avoidance. Another tip is to increase the high vibrating energy in your life. Live a more ethical and compassionate life. Don't complain so much. Don't look for drama. Don't look for reasons to be offended and upset, and just operate from a higher place. Just come from your heart space, which will never mislead you, and always feed you exactly what you need in order to vibrate at a higher rate. You will notice that a lot of those trolls step off. However, you will also notice that it attracts some grabber honors. People like moths to a flame. When people see light, they gotta have it. They gotta have it. Even if it's yours, they will take it from you. Okay? This is another reason why you want to practice energy protection. Is so that when you're like, oh, that person really took a lot from me today, you know the next time you encounter them, put up a golden pyramid so that they cannot just suck the life right out of you. Okay? Live a higher vibrating life, though. Stay away from the crowd. If you have to watch the news, limit it. Limit it. They usually give you all the news you need in the first 10 minutes. After that, turn it off. You don't need the repetition of all of the other. We all know what is happening in the world. Why? Feed yourself a constant diet of it. It will just beat you down and make you feel hopeless. Just get the news and then move on to positive resolutions, what you can do. And I'm working on a presentation about that, actually, how to be hopeful in hopeless situations. Yeah. That's coming up in about 3 or 4 weeks. But yeah, so I hope you found these tips helpful, and practice them. If you have any questions or comments later, just go ahead and put them in the comments of the video, not the live, but the actual video, and I'll make sure to answer them for sure. Or you can always email me. My contact information will be in the description of the video when I'm all done here. So I hope that you guys liked this and it was helpful to you. This is how I protect myself in effort and when I'm doing energy work or just feeling down like today. Today I'm going to practice some avoidance. I'm going to avoid the public after I'm done with this video because I hurt. I hurt, and I know that I'm not at my tippy top vibrational speaking, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna practice a little avoidance and go take a nap or something. So anyway. Good. Oh, for real, Sherry. Really. Before you get out of your car, when you arrive at work, before you get out of your car, ground yourself and put up your golden pyramid. And notice how it even changes your attitude about work. It's like things that used to bug you. It's like, oh well. Oh well. Okay. So yeah, all of that will be changed. Oh, thanks, Alicia. Thank you. Oh my gosh, you guys. It seems like ever since I turned 60, I started falling. I don't get it. So thank you, Carrie. You too, honey. I'll be talking to you soon. And the rest of you guys, have a fabulous, fabulous day. Get out there and enjoy life. You can enjoy it from inside your golden pyramid even better. So awesome. Thanks for being here with me today. And if you aren't already, please subscribe to this channel so that every time I pop on, you're going to know about it, because I'm telling you, there's going to be some surprise little videos popping up for giveaways and things like that. That's where I'm going to do it. So I hope you guys have a blessed day. Thank you so much for spending some of it with me. You too, Alicia. I'll talk to you all very soon. In fact, I hope I'll see you on next Sunday morning at 8 o'clock. See you soon. Bye-bye.